And welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we're reacting to Defense Force FC versus Philadelphia Union CONCACAF Champions, CONCACAF Champs Cup 2026, Round 1, Leg 1, the second stream of the night. We'll have another review later. Defense Force FC versus Philadelphia Union. Here we are. Let's have some fun with it. We're here. Let's have some fun with it. Teams are about to walk out over there in Trinidad. Hazley Crawford Stadium, yes. Here we go. Oh, there it is. Good. Starting 11s are as follows. For Defense Force, Isaiah Williams. We have Sherwin Noel. We have Tyrese Bailey. We have Tristan Hodge. Joshua Arajo Wilson. The midfield two are Justin Sadu, Sheldon Bateau, Cathan St. Hilaire, Kevin Molino. We have Isaiah Garcia and Jovan Jones. Jovan Jones playing striker, all right. Starting 11 for Philadelphia Union, we have Andrew Rick, the back forward, Nathan Harriel, Danley Jean-Jacques, Oluwatheyu Makanya. We have Francis Westfield, Stas Korzeniowski, we'll go with it. Jesus Bueno, Alejandro Bedoya, Jeremy Raffanello, Milan Alaski, and Ezekiel Alado for Philadelphia. So no Andre Blake in this game. Sorry, Sun, if you wanted to see Molino score on him. Yes, I do. We'll be live for this game, and then we got we're off at the 7 o'clock hour. I'll be watching the game, but for the 7 o'clock hour, Cincinnati O&M, I'm off. Do you think Finland will be more tough? No. Czechia, I think, will be the toughest game. Either way, we'll talk about that on Friday when we're live for it. 90 minutes of this match. Off window, Vancouver versus Cardenas. Then Friday or Thursday, Galaxy versus Sporting San Miguelito. Then, how we doing, Sun? How we doing? I think it would be tougher if he wasn't injured. I think it would be tougher if Barkov wasn't injured. USA wins. Okay. So it's Finland, Canada. Then USA, Slovakia on Friday. It's time. Yes, it is. It's time. Let's see how they scheduled these two games. I would assume probably the early one, but what if I bleep if I know? Huh. So actually at 9:40, okay. Or not. I wonder how the weather is in Frisco for Saturday. Hopefully warmer than here. It probably would definitely be warmer than Toronto. I'm sure about it. But Canada playing Finland. AEW added more time on Jericho's contract. Okay. Frankly, I could care less. Let's see where that puts them. Teams are about to walk out. We're getting ready to go. Defense Force Philly. Nope, don't know yet. 9:40 puck drop on Friday. So it could be another 9:40 game. 24 years in the making. Defense Force wearing their navy blue shirt. Philadelphia wearing their baby blue and yellow shirt. It's weird. Sounds to me that Canada will be getting the early game. 9:30 on Friday. Again? Okay. Yay. And teams are walking out. We're getting ready to go. Here we are. Can Defense Force shock the Union? Union's slightly rotated, slightly just got weaker over the offseason. Either or. Well, yeah, that does make sense. Either way. Yeah, I guess so. Will you be watching Spider-Man No Way Home? No, because I don't give a shit. I could care less. Well, I don't care at all about that movie, so. Yeah, no. 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 You can be a fan of it. I don't like it. I don't care. I don't care. So, do what you want with it. Team's anthem is being played. The CONCACAF anthem is being played. Here we go. Did you not see the previous Spider-Man movies? Yeah, I saw the ones that had what's his name in them. The 2000s ones. I don't even like the one. Andre Blake is on the bench. He's not playing. I don't know why. I hope Philly fucks around and finds out if that's what they're doing. But no, you won't see Andre Blake get embarrassed. At least not tonight. Maybe next week. Williams. Hodge, Bateau, Noel, Garcia. Sadu, Araujo, Wilson, Bailey, Molino, Jones. That makes more sense. St. Hilaire up top. Okay. Again. Did they change the manager for Defense Force? Or am I crazy? Oh, that depends on what they do. If they run with Fraser for a full season, I don't think we're winning the Can Champ. No. Now, the good news is that our side of the bracket's so easy, we'll make the final. So if Vancouver's good enough, we'll be in Champions Cup just because they're good. So we could root for that. Like, we'll be good enough to make the final. Like, our side of the bracket is so easy, we'll make the final. In the end. Hey, if Nashville could beat Ottawa, we can. Especially with Arista Zabal. We'll go with it. We'll make the final. Win it, though? No. But if Vancouver's good enough, if they're top of the West, or they make it through Leagues Cup, we'll be in. Just like Vancouver FC was. And I'd say that's a better shot than... We have a better shot than Vancouver FC. Either way. Call the Pirate will win the trophy. Rick, Westfield, Harriel, Macania, Raffanello. Did they make the MLS numbers bigger on the pants? I think they may have. Alowski, Jean-Jacques, Bueno, Bedoya. But if they run with Fraser, Alado, Korzeniowski. If they run with Fraser, Vancouver's probably winning the Canadian Championship, but we'll at least be in the final. And no, there's no redraw during the semifinals. So the side of the bracket we have will be our bracket. So, yeah, we'll make the final. I mean, Toronto hasn't lost yet to a lower league side in this era of being shit. So the only time we've been knocked out of the tournament early is because of Montreal. So as far as I know, we'll see what Ottawa brings. But if we get through that, I think we're making the final of the Can Champ. Then we got to hope Vancouver stays like top 2 in the West or wins or does something in Leagues Cup if we don't win the trophy. If we somehow win the Can Champ, well, okay, cool, we're in. But we might actually be back in CONCACAF next year as long as we make the Can Champ final. Then Vancouver's going to sandbag on us. But either way, we're off. 0-0. Defense Force Philly. Let's see how this goes. And then we have an hour off. Or 2 hours off, and then we'll be back for Vancouver versus, speaking of Vancouver, we'll be back for Cartagena's Vancouver. I think that's what will dictate a successful season. If we don't make the final, I'll consider it a write-off of a season. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Last year's season got written off after freaking April. April 30th, wasn't it? Yeah. Like, honestly, the season was over after April 30th last year, so you are correct. 109. Back heel or Pele kick cleared away with a goal kick. Arsenal again lost the Premier League. Arsenal's cursed. Yeah, they bottled it. They straight up bottled it for sure. 2 minutes in, 0-0. Philadelphia on the ball. See where this goes. Let's see if Defense Force can keep this close or somehow win this game. Playing forward. Philly, you think Sullivan will play tonight? Well, that depends. Kevin Sullivan or, well, oh yeah, they trade Quinn? I guess they did. Hold on. 3 minutes in. Kevin, it depends on where this game's going. Quinn Sullivan. No, he still plays for Philly Union. Huh. Weird. Playing forward. Oh, there you go. Playing forward. Defense Force. Over the bar. They should play either way to get practice. Well, I mean, could be better off here than MLS game. Trash locals. Yep. That was sad. I saw Arsenal drew. I didn't watch the game. I was watching Olympic hockey. Do I need to refer to yesterday's rant? Like, I could really care less. But either way, 4 minutes in, loan for purchase option. Yeah, Portland's got a good signing there. I have no idea why I shoot from there, but I respect going for it. I respect going for it. But no. Have Finland beat Switzerland. They came back from a 2-0 deficit, tied the game, and then won in overtime. Arturi Lehkonen scored the winner. Colorado Avalanche player. Former Habs player. Finland didn't play Kapanen again. At least have Arturi Lehkonen. I forgot he played for the Habs. Honestly. I don't want to remember that 3-1 series deficit, or lead, blowing the 3-1 series lead. I don't want to remember that, so that's probably why I forgot. That's probably why. Okay, so Canada does go first on Friday. Of course they do. Of course they do. Yeah, I'm just going to save those Lando energy drinks for Friday and Sunday. That makes sense. No. No. I'd rather keep Stephon Diggs. Tyreek Hill ain't worth the trouble. Stephon Diggs might not be worth the trouble either, but I'd rather have Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs seems like he'll age better than Tyreek. No. Or just go get A.J. Brown. Yeah, go get A.J. Brown. That'd be better. I can't believe I want an Ole Miss player on New England, but the Super Bowl shows we need more. So, A.J. Brown. Yes. 6 minutes in. Speaking of Philadelphia, A.J. Brown in New England. We'll see. Saved by Rick. How we doing, J. Carr? How we doing? This is your life. The Bailey Alexa Bliss, I think that's what it was. Yeah, Bailey Alexa Bliss, this is your life. That was garbage. That was garbage. Roman getting dog food poured on him was bad too. Those two. Oh, also mute EC3. That was bad. 7 minutes in, 0-0. Philly ain't doing too bad. Oh, he got sick. Well, okay. Well, now you know. Well, now you know. Playing forward. Gas Mask Ambrose was a horrible promo. Okay, yeah, that too. Also, him getting the giant syringe to the ass. Honestly, them setting up that heel turn was horrible. The whole of it. It's not one segment, so technically that's the wrong answer, but yeah, like everything setting up that heel turn, the gas mask, the giant syringe to the ass. Yeah, that was bad. 8 minutes in. Nil. But team playing solid? I agree. Question is, can we get Kevin Molino at the end of a ball or something instead of a local player? Because if they do that, they might score. Philly ain't doing... I think both teams, it's 50-50, which is good news for Defense Force, all things considered. Hope Apple TV eventually gets the rights to show these games. Unfortunately, stuck behind a paywall, which is One Soccer. But Apple TV is stuck behind a paywall. Wait. Don't you need Apple TV Plus to watch F1 and MLS, even without Season Pass? Yeah, so... either way. So, I mean, you're trading one paywall for another. Now, Apple TV is a better service itself. That's true, but just basic Apple TV. Well, you know, I think that's a good idea for only one reason. Now, or, I mean, there's Paramount Plus in Canada, but, Joven, what was that? Wasn't good. Honestly, I want CONCACAF to go to Paramount Plus. That's why I want. I mean, they already have the other CONCACAF tournaments, or at least internationally. They have the Nations League. They have World Cup qualifiers. They have the Women's Champions Cup. Corner for Philly. They have the Women's Gold Cup. Why not? I mean, Paramount, honestly, I also want to see the final have a simulcast where it's commentated by SpongeBob. Preferably when Toronto. Oh, well, there you go. I was referring to the fact that total cost to travel to Europe to see the top football team play. It costs over $1,500. Yeah, that's a lot of money. Frankly, I wouldn't want to part for 1.5. Now, if I'm in Europe for other reasons, will I go to a football match? Why not? But that's only if I'm in Europe for other reasons. Like, I'd love to go to Italy in general. I'd love to go to Croatia. Morocco's Africa, but it's maybe Morocco, Spain, and Portugal, and like part of the itinerary, like thirds it, but either way, you know. I mean, if I'm vacationing somewhere, yeah, sure. Do I exactly mind what match it is? No. Except for Chelsea. I think I would try to stick for that. But, like, if it was Serie A, do I give a fuck exactly who it is that I'd go see? No. Especially now that San Siro is getting demolished anyway, so. No, I don't really mind. Real Madrid probably in Spain, but if it's like Barcelona, Real Madrid in Barcelona, well, I'll just wear a TFC jersey there if I can't wear a Real Madrid jersey in Barca. But either way, then you got to look at the away matches. Either way, yeah. So either way, I'd especially love if Paramount had the rights to CONCACAF. If the Pirate was called and Toronto's in the final, the Champs Cup final, I would certainly try to find a way to record that SpongeBob simulcast of the Champs Cup final. That sounds fun to me. Winning the first Champions Cup on, with SpongeBob calling it. It's something I could have only dreamed of. Hey, if they did a Super Bowl like that, you know. Hey, I grew up. There's a box of DVDs around here somewhere. I think it's down here. Yeah, there's a box of DVDs around here somewhere. It's like all Paramount, SpongeBob, Drake and Josh. Zoe 101, Fairly Odd Parents. I don't have any. I've seen orange VHS tapes. I don't have any. Man, I wish I did, though. Maybe if I buy a VHS player. Or I could have just stole the one my Meemaw had. And I use stole lightly, but, you know, we could have taken anything we wanted from down there when we were down there. But back in Mississippi, we could have taken anything we wanted. I should have taken that VHS player, but I didn't. I used stole lightly. It wouldn't have been stolen. But, you know, hey, they took an Andy Griffith board game, and I didn't take shit. Welcome to the Oddity Archive, the show where, whatever. I should have. I regretted it the moment I didn't. Let's be real. Either way. What if it was a Betamax player? Well, that'd have been different, right? What if it was a Laserdisc player? Oh, that would have been different. 15th minute. What if it was a record player? Yeah, that would have been different. I don't know why. I feel like I could find a VHS player on eBay if I wanted to. Or Goodwill. But that one was free and I didn't. Pretty much. And I didn't. Either way. But then you have to buy VHSs. Yeah, so it wouldn't have been free anyway. So, yeah. I think they can make top 5, though, as I said. Ooh. What musician or actor would TFC gain their interest off of for kit design? I.e. Tina Turner for St. Louis, Johnny Cash for Nashville. Ooh. Is Shania from Toronto? I can only... Shania Twain. See. Windsor. Shit, she's from Vancouver. No, wait. No, she's from Windsor, Ontario. I was thinking of Whistler. My bad. I'm starting to crash a little bit. I only got 4 hours of sleep. That Monster Energy didn't last long. Windsor. She's from Ontario. Fuck, she's from closer to Detroit, though. I don't know. Jim Carrey? Timmins, Ontario. Yeah. I'm trying to... Jim Carrey? What could you do with that, though? Yeah, just go with Shania. Screw it. It's close enough. Nobody... No, Drake. No. We ain't doing Drake. Newmarket in the York region. Jim Carrey's from Newmarket. Okay. I don't know exactly how we doing, Oron. Nobody wants Drake. Oh, Weekend. There you go. Nobody wants a Drake jersey. Not anymore. Yeah. Nobody wants a Drake jersey. What? I think the best you could do, really. Yeah. Sean Desmond? Yeah, that's because Drake is the freaking ambassador of the Raptors. But even they've sort of tried to, like, cut him off a little bit. Ever since Kendrick came around. You don't see Drake as much now, ever since the Kendrick shit show, so. Either way. 19th minute. Not that I'm complaining. He doesn't really even, he's not even really a Raptors fan. He was, oh, when they get good again, he'll show up again. Yeah, no, it's probably just ironic that when Kendrick was on Drake's ass, that was when the Raptors were at their worst. That's a good point. Yeah, once they're good again, he'll show up again. Yeah. Yeah. Does he deserve one? Like, he doesn't even do. Playing forward. You know damn well Drake's going to use that. Yeah, fair enough, Peter. You know damn well Drake's going to use that. He's going to be like, well, I'm not in there. But I'm not in there. So what was Kendrick saying? He's going to what about it? You know damn well. I mean, yeah, Pusha T brought out he had a kid, and then he started fathering the kid after Pusha T put him out there. But, okay. Like, yeah, it sucks that he's a deadbeat or was a deadbeat father. But that's nothing compared to what Kendrick alleged. Like, okay. So you're famous and you had a kid outside of marriage with a porn star, like, and you're a deadbeat father. I mean, is it good? No. But is it anything people should hate you for? No. You just did celebrity shit. That's not the problem. But yeah, you're right. He probably was cooked then. But now, if it was me, if I was in Drake's position, I would have been a present father before anybody called me out. But, you know, that's not. I would never be a deadbeat father. I couldn't do that. But, you know. If I fuck around and find out, literally, that kid's going to have a good father. Just saying, I would not be a deadbeat, but all I'm saying is really? Like, are we, like, that's whatever in Hollywood. Like, seriously, that's, now it's funny that Drake started really taking care of the kid when Pusha called him out, but that's neither here nor there, you know? That's just Hollywood shit. But I'm not Hollywood, so, you know. As I said, if I fucked around and found out, that baby gonna have a good father. A present good father. I ain't going out for milk, so to speak. But would I marry the baby mama? I don't know about that, but it depends on the situation. It depends. It depends. Saint Hilaire has a chance shot and it's saved. What are you doing? What the? All I can say is what the fuck? What the fuck? Offside anyway. Well, okay, it doesn't. Even then, well, he was obviously offside, but is it like he knew or is he just crap? Because, dude, I mean, it may have been offside anyway, but what was the freaking stop up there? God, the locals are horrible. Jesus Christ. Okay. I don't understand that. Save. Alowski shot. Save. Wide. Out of boots. I can't tell if that it's a corner. Out of boots for a corner. I knew who you were talking about. I just... Yeah, I mean, she's a footballer. Why would she not? Why would she not focus on her career? Like, and it's over the bar. With that being said, that's your gumad. That's your gumad. That's not your wife. That's your gumad. Just to be clear. That's not your wife. That's your gumad. For anybody who doesn't know Italian mafia, that means side chick. That's your gumad. Not that I would condone it, but, you know. Well. Well, if my heart gets broken, I will. But, you know, then I will just be Mr. Cannon. My heart doesn't get broken. I don't condone it. I don't condone it. But do what you want. That's your gumad. That's your gumad. Then I remembered. 27th minute. Then I remember that's how you, that's where that's it's that your gumad lives up there. What? But playing forward. Free kick. Wait, free kick or penalty? I would assume free kick, but you know, God only knows. If you listen to what Kendrick said, the dude is still a degenerate. He just was a present father for, well, he still is for 8 years. 2018 was 8 years ago? What the fuck? I didn't realize. Holy shit. Twenty-ninth minute. Free kick for Philly. Oh. Free kick, shot, goal! Goal! Philadelphia, 1-0. Easy as you like off the free kick. Easy as you like. Milan Olowski scores the free kick. Just, yeah. Awesome. That was amazing. That was amazing. Milan Olowski scores the goal, free kick. Yeah, that's I have no clue, but probably by the bottom of the hour. Depends on when they're going to start another game on FS1. 30th minute for Olowski. I'm sure. I think, wait, is this game on TUDNA or not? The next two are, so I'm just going to turn it for that, yeah. Vancouver's not even on at Fox Soccer at all, so I'll turn it for the next game, but I don't think it's on TUDNA. That's why I'm watching it here, so either way, 0-1. Milan Olowski scores. So hopefully not. Hopefully not, but let me check. What bullshit do we have on FS1 right now? And what's the next game? Because God only knows. I was 52. Okay, I was like, what? Where is FS1? It's like a half yawn, half. I don't know. I don't know how freaking YouTube TV works on their freaking ad guide or whatever. It's weird. Just have to keep scrolling. I missed it, I guess. Oh, there we go. Butler, Georgetown. The next game starts at 7:30, so no worries until this game's over, I would assume. Which then I'll be on TUDNA, and I'm not even live for the next game, so who gives a shit? Philly 2-0. Philly just scored a second goal. 0-2. Yep, Defense Force is falling apart. Alado. Alado scores. Ezekiel Alado. 0-2. Doesn't really matter. Header. Oh. Ball crossed in and good header by Alado. Yep, Philly's starting to wake up. Turns out maybe they're not garbage. I don't know. It is Defense Force. See what they do in the MLS. So, hey, no worries. USA Slovakia, you win either way. Oh, Slavkovsky, yeah? I'm like, you're not Slovakian. I don't know. I don't know, actually. 32-0-2. As far as I know. Slavkovsky, I'm guessing. Wouldn't it be crazy if you were part Slovakian, though, and I didn't know? Wouldn't that be crazy? Canada, Finland. Chipped over the top. Yeah. Yeah, Defense Force is starting to fall apart bad. Corner. Cross in, short. Why are these locals so garbage? Man. Playing forward. Cleared away. Rick clears it away. Playing forward. Shot over the bar. .35th minute. .35th minute. Playing forward. Defense force. Could they get one back? Plays through. Hilaire. I think they're testing my patience. I think they're testing my patience. I swear to God. When did the frickin'... Oh, it's just settings. Does it look bad for the rest of y'all? It looks fine on Rumble. Well, hold on. No, it looks bad on Rumble. Okay. It's getting a little bit choppy. That sucks. I wonder what's going on. Playing forward. Wide. Sorry if it looks a little bit grainy. That's the first time I think on this, in this new house, it's done that. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Playing forward. Playing forward. Cleared away. 2-0 down for defense force, and frankly, ever since that free kick, they've fallen apart. Now, they've had their moments, but I gotta say, huh? .38th minute. Like, the thing about defense force, they could legitimately be tied this game. They could have scored 2 or 3 goals. No joke. Themselves. Their local players are garbage. Their local players don't know how to finish. I swear to God, man. It's the worst. Like, they are testing my patience. This is worse than the last time I've seen them play. Like, my God, do you not have any idea? Like, do you not have any idea how to play football? Like, what are you doing here? Like, I'm going to tell you, I have a running list in my head of players from, like, the Caribbean Cup and Central American Cup and CONCACAF League that I think would do well in MLS. Yeah, nobody on Defense Force can or would. Hell, I don't even know if they play well in Next Pro. These guys run around like chickens with their heads cut off. It's absolutely disgusting. How? That says enjoy this CONCACAF run, because I'll tell you one damn thing about Defense Force. I'm pretty fucking sure they're not going to luck out and make the Champs Cup again. Especially once they lose Molino. This is ugly. I'm pretty fucking sure they're not. This is just sad. This is sad. This is sad. Playing forward. Trinidad doesn't have a league like Liga MX and MLS. No, they have a league. It's called the TT Premier Football League. They have a league. Suffice it to say, I don't know if it's garbage or not. If this is their best showing, 3 guys who played in MLS and locals who don't know how to use their feet, I don't know. Trinidad and Tobago, where they're from, yeah. Trinidad and Tobago. Let me tell you something. The guys who aren't Kevin Molino, Jovan Jones, and Sheldon Bateau, all the rest of those guys, their kids will be born without feet. They don't know how to use their feet so much that I think their kids are going to be born without feet. You know, like how with like evolution, if you don't use it, you lose it. Like how we don't have tails, how we just have a tailbone, or some people aren't even being born without appendixes anymore because appendixes are useless. Yeah, like that. The kids of these guys who are local players are going to be born without feet. If not that, they're grandkids. They don't know how to use their feet. My God. It's sad. So, yeah, I'm afraid their kids, grandkids, or great-grandkids are going to be born without feet. Or they're going to be like so small, it's not even worth having. I don't know what you're talking about. Header. I don't know what you're talking about. Penalty, I think. Penalty. I must be out of the loop. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I must be out of the loop. I must be out of the loop. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not surprised. It's Arsenal. Lads, it's Arsenal. I'm not surprised. I mean, yeah, I guess so. If you know Mike Leach, you know I stole that joke. I just used feet instead of hands. Mike Leach made that joke before. He was just talking about his wide receiver's hands instead of his footballer's feet because he was the coach for gridiron football. And he was known for air raid football, which means pass the ball. And the Mississippi State players weren't catching the ball. So he joked about their grandkids not having hands. He's not wrong, but I'm so disappointed in Defense Force that I'll joke about their grandkids not having feet. Because these guys don't know how to use their feet. If they want their kids to have feet, they better marry a foot model. At least if they marry a foot model, the mom would know how to use her feet. Probably made a good bit of money off of it, you know? Molino. Oh, God. Come on, man. Just shoot the ball. Kicks it right to Rick. No. They'll roll over for him like always, as you know. I don't think there's going to be an MLS team that doesn't do anything, but I think there's a lot of MLS teams that are going to roll over for Miami. I just expect Miami to be rolled over for because somebody's going to make the call. I don't know. If I was coaching a team, my team wouldn't roll over for Miami. They'd beat their ass. But that's not my problem because the Pirate hasn't been called. So 2 minutes of stoppage time. So I don't have a team to kick Miami's ass because if I had a team, they'd be kicking Miami's ass, not roll over for them because, well, we ain't dogs in the sense of my team isn't dogs that we aren't pit bulls because you think pit bulls are tough. You think pit bulls are devious. No, they're not. Pit bulls are freaking sweethearts. If they have the right owner, they are sweethearts. If my team's dogs, they're Rottweilers. They're Malinois. They're Cane Corsos. They're Kangles. They're going to rip you to shreds. They going to bite and not let go. They're going to rip you to shreds. Teams need to go full Atletico Madrid and Simeone on Miami 34 times. I don't disagree, but I don't blame them. But Colin Campbell made the call. Colin Campbell should never be in the Hall of Fame. Colin Campbell. So when I say my team is dogs, my team are dogs, my team has that dog in them, I don't mean pit bulls. I love pit bulls. Pit bulls deserve more love. They deserve a better PR. When I'm talking about my team being dogs, I mean Malinois, Cane Corso, Rottweiler, Doberman, Kangal. That's what I'm talking about. Prisa Canario, Dogo Argentino. I can name as many as I want. But you get my point. I think it's halftime by now, isn't it? And it's halftime. 2-0 Philly. Philly at the half. Defense Force has disappointed me. Very much so. I would assume so. That a pit lab mix sounds like it would be the perfect dog. I mean, yeah, it makes sense. Especially if, well, I mean, a lot of shelter mixes are lab pit mixes. Or at least that's what they say. That's what they say. That's what they say. Trinidad and Tobago team, what'd you expect? I thought Philly blew up their team in the offseason. I was more saying I thought Philly was turning shit. That's what I thought. I didn't really think Defense Force was better, but I thought Philly blew everything up, and then they rotated. I'm like, okay. Do you really think that's a good idea? Canada, I don't even know if Trinidad has a hockey team. At least we know Jamaica has a bobsled team. John Candy, cool runnings. Speaking of, I don't know if you knew this, but John Candy is Canadian. Or, well, he's dead, but Canadian. I guess would be the right term, but even if you're dead, you're always Canadian. John Candy, legend. Canadian. Owned the Argos for a while, too. Actually, no. If Graham's still here, John Candy kit. That's what Toronto FC should do. John Candy. Boom. He owned the Argos. Double blue. John Candy kit. Boom. There you go. But either way, I don't know if there's a Trinidadian hockey team. Speaking of Canada, if they played Canada, they'd be destroyed. They would be destroyed 20-30-0. Hell, they probably would lose 15-0 if there weren't any NHL players. If there were NHL players, oh my God. You think France was bad? That's the joke. Sounds awesome. Sounds awesome. Oh, really? Well, I think Jamaica for that. I think Jamaica for that one. Huh. Well, what do you know? Ain't that some? There you go. With that being said, we'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats, get this one going. Sit tight, be back. Nil two, halftime. Sit tight, be back. Canada, duh. Y'all know I'm Canada down. Y'all know I'm Canada down. And I'm way more Canada down than Tate McRae is. Man, I wish I got paid to do a CBC commercial. Shit, I would have done that. I'd have been proud. And she sold out to the USA. Probably because she's with Jack Hughes or whatever the hell. But, dude, girl, you're Canadian. You're from Alberta. You're from Alberta. And you shilled NBC Olympics? Girl. Okay. Who would have known? I'm more patriotic for Canada than her. Who would have known? Well, it's not that surprising. But either way. Can I have her citizenship? Like, I think that's fair. Could we swap citizenships? I think that's fair. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Either way, it was at the beginning. CONCACAF made a freaking take a short break. We'll be back. Enough about that. Yeah, sit tight, be back. 0-2. We're back for the stats of the half. Here we go. We got 35% possession to 65% possession. 4 shots to 13. We got 1 shot on goal to 5. 0 big chances to 1. 85 accurate pass to 193, 70% to 82%. 2 fouls to 6. 3 corners to 7. 4 shots on goal to 13. 1 shot on goal to 5. 121 pass to 235. 70% pass accuracy to 82. 11 throws to 7. 1 offside to 0. 1 yellow card to 0. 8 tackles to 6. 3 saves to 1. 0-2. Philly had a better final 10 minutes of the first half. Defense force, it was 50-50 until they gave up the free kick. After that, it's been all Philly. And it definitely looks like Philly's going to, I don't know, I wouldn't say make it worse, but certainly maybe 1 more goal. But either way, we'll see how the second half goes. Second half, let's see how this goes. It's named after the military. Second half, here we go. Breaking, the CEO of IKEA has just been elected Prime Minister of Sweden. He should have his cabinet together by the end of the weekend. And here we go. Defense force to kick off the second half. I don't know why. I guess the Wi-Fi, we're finally past the spectrum. Looks good. Free of, I don't know. 45th minute. Playing forward. Philly cleared away. Out for a corner. It's, nope, I can see what you're talking about. It's not, it's looking buggy on mine as well. So, do with that what you will. We'll see as this goes. I mean, it is what it is. If it's because it's here, it's here. If it's, the Wi-Fi should be better here, so I don't know why it's like this. Goal kick for Philly. Cleared away. How's the Union? They're winning 2-0. They scored 2 goals late the first half. Philadelphia had a really good 10-15 minutes at the end of the first half. It was a 50-50 game, but defense force just doesn't have the quality to beat them. Doesn't seem like it. 48th minute. 0-2. Saved. Nil 2. Plays forward. Ooh. Like, I mean, it just, defense force just seems they're way behind. They really are. They need to be better. They just need to be better. That's all I can say. That's crazy. For the first time in Premier League history, the team starting the day bottom avoided defeat against the team starting the day top despite being 2 goals down. What a bottle job. Arsenal are garbage, man. Plays forward. Blocked away. That's crazy. That is crazy. '50th minute. Header. Over the top. Goal kick for defense force. Playing forward. Brought down. Let's see what they do. 50th minute. And then we will be live for Vancouver Cartagenas and then review that game once it's over. Well, I mean, they still can. I wonder how they're going to screw it up because at this point it seems like they will screw it up. Playing forward. Defense force has the ball. They lose it. '52nd minute. I wonder how Arsenal's going to screw it up. Because at some point they got it, right? Playing forward. Hala Madrid. Hala Madrid. I don't think Madrid's going to win the Champions League either, though. Probably. You know what? No, I'm going to go for it. Chelsea. This is lining up to be one of those seasons where Chelsea chaotically wins the Champions League. For what reason, I have no clue, but they're going to do it. They are in the top 8. They do get a bye to the round of 16. You know what? Screw it. Chelsea chaotically wins the Champions League this year. They'll pull it. They'll scam it. I don't know how. I don't know how they're going to scam it, but they'll scam it. Will you go live for their games? Shit, I might as well. Harriel gets a yellow card for Philly. What, he come on at the half? Oh, no, he's been playing the whole time. Oh, what do you know? Free kick for Philly. More Champs Cup than TFC, Portland, Union, Seattle, Miami, etc. Well, what's the score? 0-2 Philly. Philly leads 2-0. It's probably going to get worse for Defense Force before it gets better. Playing forward. '55th minute. Wide. Excuse me. Rick is a good goalkeeper. Yeah, but he also is playing Defense Force. I mean, he's solid, but he ain't Andre Blake. No matter how you feel about Andre Blake. Playing forward. Philly. Shot. Save. Blocked away. 3 goals for Philly. I'm sure they'll get a third. I'd be shocked if they don't. Header. '57th minute. Wait, I'm goated. Three goals for Philadelphia. Goal kick for Defense Force. Player down hurt for Philly. 58th minute. Cleared away. Cleared away. That'll be a goal kick. '59th minute. Philly, how much more can they score is the question. Right now, '58th minute. '59th minute. Nil 2. Philly, about over the top, headed away. It's out for a goal kick. No, corner. Corner. One more stream today. Cross in. Header punched away. Can defense force do something? Do something. Header. Out for a corner. Out of boots for a corner. Player, goalie down hurt. '61 minutes into the 62 minute. I'm expecting one upset, but I haven't seen any yet. And frankly, I don't see Vancouver, Cincinnati, or the Galaxy. If anybody gets upset, it's going to be the Galaxy. 2-0 for Philly, yes. 62 minutes in. Honestly, at this point, if anybody gets an upset, it's going to be the Galaxy, which would kind of be hilarious. But, you know, they didn't even get upset last year when I thought they actually had a worse roster without damn it, what's his name? Ricky Pooge going in. Now they have a good roster, or a somewhat passable roster without Ricky Pooge. So you would think, hey, they shouldn't get upset here, but what do I know? And then basically, what's an upset in the round of 16? Was it Alajuelense beating somebody? Then you got to exactly see, well, who they played. Ball crossed in, header. Goal! 3-0 Philly. 3-0 Philly. It's Alado once again. No. Macania this time, actually. Oluwatheyu Macania scores. Saw the 2, not the 9. No, it's actually Macania. My bad. Saw the 2, not the 9. Then I saw the 9. Nope, Macania. Well, I mean, Alado was right in front of him, so fair enough. I mean, they were right in front of each other, so, hey, fair. They were basically right in front of each other, so Macania was the one who got the header, though. 3-0. I mean, well, that's a good thing that they're not accepting upsets anymore. Yeah. Damiani coming on. Oluwatheyu Macania scores. Alado was right in front of him, but it went off the head of Macania. '64th minute, 0-3. Philly has the 3-0 lead. There you go. To spring 2028 season. 3-0. So whoever thought Philly was going to get 3 goals, they got them. Told you. Coriat coming on for Defense Force. Rahul Wilson off. Yeah, I'm starting to get a bit tired. Seri off for Harriel or on for Harriel. Damiani on for Alado. Ha! I wish. Can you read my last message? I think I'm missing it. To spring 2028 season. That's all I can read, Daniel. And I read that, so. Whatever you said before is 67th minute. But 68th minute. '68th minute, 0-3. Also, NYCFC opening their new stadium in summer 2027. I could have sworn it was this year. What happened? I could have sworn they were opening their stadium this summer. Shot, block, goal! Oh my God, what the hell? Damiani scores. What are you doing? 4-0 Philly. No, they're just garbage. So I think we're getting to the point where I shouldn't even go live for the next Defense Force game. Wait. No, they play next Thursday. I have to go live for it anyway. 68th minute. I mean, the only reason I'm going live for Defense Force is because they're the only game on Thursday next week. If they weren't, I wouldn't be going live for them. There's a solo game on next Thursday, so we have to go live for their second leg. But sorry, Hans. Now that makes me look like more of an asshole. But Real España, they even scored a goal. 70th minute. I still got to cover at least one game per day at the very least. And Philly Defense Force is the only game next Thursday, so I still got to go live for it. I have no idea. Alajuelense, Real España, LAFC. Yeah, they're not getting upset. Well, I mean, that's who they got drawn against. You only can play who's in front of you. I'd be worried if they didn't smack them around. And Central American teams, let's be clear. Well, and Canadian teams. Canadian, Honduran, Trinidadian, Dominican, Costa Rican, Panamanian. Hey, I mean, I wouldn't. If you're worth your salt, you shouldn't be losing to these teams. What about Toronto in 2019? Yeah, we kept. Yeah, that was ugly. Yeah, losing Independiente was ugly. It was honestly Toronto. When you should have known Toronto had low-key problems. That Vanny papered over for 2 years. And then he left. And it's went to shit ever since. Saved. We'll be off. Playing forward. $72 minutes. But Mr. Barbed Wire Bat. Duh. Mr. Barbed Wire Bat. Macania for Sundstrom. Just put it like that, Mr. Barbed Wire Bat. Playing forward. But it is, though. The CPL is better than the Irish League. I'm going to stand on that. It's not like I'm saying it's better than the Scottish League. It's the Irish League. I'm pretty damn sure that if the CPL was in FIFA, it'd have more stars than the freaking Irish League. Their teams have more stars than the Irish League. I mean, I do believe is thereabouts somewhat correct. 74th minute. Okay, that's pretty cool. '74th minute. Felix coming on for Defense Force, 75th minute. '75th minute. Philly, 5. Nope. Foul, free kick, 75 minutes. '76th minute. Defense Force. Could they get one, or will they not? Playing over the top. Rick kicks it away. Playing forward. '76th minute of 90. '77th minute. Ooh. Shot blocked away. Oh! That's a foul the other way. Better be at least. Penalty for Philly? What? No. No. There's no way that's a penalty. No. That's got to be a Defense Force goal kick. I mean, he fouled the defender. Penalty my ass. He fouled the defender. Possible penalty. No way. And that don't mean shit to me. Their teams are garbage compared to CPL teams. I would rather have Forge. I think Forge would beat Shamrock. Home and away. I'm standing on it. If this is a penalty, my head's going to be on Mars. What the If this is a penalty, my head's going to be on Mars. What the fuck? Like, I mean, what was he supposed to do? I mean, he runs into his leg. Like, my head's going to be on Mars. Some bullshit. My head's about to be on Mars. And it's a penalty for Philly. Yeah, my head's on Mars. What the fuck? My head's on Mars. Penalty for Philadelphia. 10 minutes to go plus stoppage time. You're rolling over for Arsenal if they play TFC in preseason? No. No. Goal penalty for Damiani. Damiani to take this penalty. 81st minute. Can he make it Philadelphia 5-0? Damiani's goal right through the hands. The goalie went the right way, but Damiani. '81st minute. 0-5. Goalie out his hands. Boom. Yes. Yes, I will. Even if Man City wins the league, it'll be funny. If Arsenal bottles the league again, I'm laughing. Like, I'm gonna laugh. If they bottle the league again, I'm gonna laugh. Oh, Lord. St. Louis will be wearing the Tina Turner kits for Saturday's match on their home opener. Why? '83rd minute. Playing forward. '83 minutes of football. See if it's the second half. 84th minute. Player down hurt. CONCACAF. MLS steamrolling CONCACAF. That's what it looks like so far. Well, Liga MX was as well. Like, I'm surprised there hasn't been any upsets at all. Like, I'm surprised. Sadu gets a yellow card. 84th minute. Like, MLS and no upsets. None. At all. And you could say, well, San Diego started at home against Pumas. That's not an upset. It's not an upset. San Diego 4-2 against Pumas. LAFC 6-1 against Real España. Now Philly 5-0 over Defense Force. Yep. We'll see what happens with Cincinnati, Vancouver, and the Galaxy. But right now, it looks to me that so far, we're not getting any upsets. The closest we might have gotten is Forge Tigres. Hey, you know what? I respect that. And you think I'm joking about Forge being a really good club. Did you see how close they kept it against Tigres until it totally all fell to shit? So they had a bad 10 minutes. Forge had a real shot of upsetting Tigres. Other than that, America, also America Olympia. Olympia had a real shot of upsetting America as well, but they didn't. But other than that, I don't count Pumas losing to San Diego as an upset. I think everybody knew where that was. If San Diego was always going to be better or as good as they were last year, they were always going to win that game against Pumas. But with that being said, $5-0 Philly. Cincinnati has a chance against Tigres. They probably do, but I don't trust Cincinnati as far as I could throw them until they win a big game. Like, right now, I'm going to say this. When it comes to Cincy, if they beat O&M as they should, yeah, they do have a chance against Tigres. Will I pick them? No. Only because I don't trust Cincy as far as I could throw them until they win a big game or both legs or win the tie. I don't trust them as far as I could throw them until they win a big tie. They never win big games. They never do. Cincy never has won a big game. I can't trust them as far as I could throw them. What about the Cincinnati or the Columbus tie last year? They should have won that. This is a chance for them to win a big game. Well, we'll see in March. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Oh, that's funny. Announcer explains the lack of attendance for the CONCACAF Champs Cup match between Philly and Defense Force in Trinidad is because everyone's at church for Ash Wednesday after 2 days absolute fornication at Carnival. Oh my God, that is hilarious. That is the funniest shit I've seen. I'm not laughing at celebrating Ash Wednesday. If you're Catholic, good. I'm a Protestant. I'm a Baptist. I do not celebrate Ash Wednesday. But if I was Catholic, would I? Yeah. Either way. But 2 days of absolute fornication at Carnival. That is hilarious. How much stoppage time? Full time! Full time! Oh no, 3 minutes. I thought we got full time. 3 minutes of stoppage time. Game's back. 3 minutes of stoppage time. Yay! Defense Force is a joke. I don't disagree. So's España. They were worse. 90 minutes and 40 seconds. Playing forward, 107. Man, what a freaking horrible. .138. Over halfway through stoppage time. Final minute of the game. And there's going to be a free kick for Philly. Yellow card, red card. And Jones is off with a second yellow. Red card for Jones. Red card for Jones. He's off. Wait, Jovan Jones ain't going to play the second leg. Not that it matters. Red card for Jovan Jones. He's off. Second yellow. He's gone. No. We're good? We're good? I guess so. But, yeah. And it's full time. 0-5 for Philadelphia. With that being said, if you like this stream, like and share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send us chats on live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlists. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. Hit that hype button. I will see you at 8:55 Central for Cartagena's Vancouver. We'll review that game once it's over, and that'll be it for today. So, as the Cincinnati game's being played, I'll take a little bit of a break. We'll be back for Cartagena's Vancouver. I will see you later. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. Sit tight. One more stream, one more review today, but it's the game after the next. Not the next game. It's the late game. So, because I had to do Defense Force. I wasn't doing all three, especially with Canada. So, with that being said, I'll see you later. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See you.